Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is jmanohk and today we're playing some Team Fortress 2. Please do excuse my voice, I am a little bit sick and that is my weak attempt at a British accent, but anyways, just getting over a cold and a sore throat, but been drugged out on NyQuil and Dayquil and Theraflu for the past couple days, so if I don't die of an overdose I will be fine. But if you guys haven't seen on Machinima, they did in fact accept my submission for their Proving Grounds challenge on Machinima Respawn, and the challenge was on Nukem 3D. What you had to do was finish the 4th level, I believe it was called Toxic Dump, on the fastest time. And not only that, but you also had to find all 14 secrets, which was a pretty big pain, but also it was on the I think the hardest difficulty, which was called Damn I'm Good. But I think the hardest problem with the speed run was sometimes certain events would not actually happen. Like you'll see there's some occasions where the claw won't pick you up, or I guess the monsters, sometimes there'll be an extra spawn of a monster in the shrinking room, and that extra spawn of a monster can step on you and ruin your day. So just kind of those random events kind of threw off my speed runs a couple times. But I believe I was recording from about 10:30 a.m. until maybe about 2 o'clock, so there was a lot of restarting, but it was a lot of fun. I do thank Machinima for posting my video and giving me a little shout out to my channel and actually saying my name right. It is commonly mispronounced, but it's not really a big deal. I'm kind of used to it being mispronounced. But anyways, that was a lot of fun doing it, and I probably will do the next week's Proving Grounds video for Portal, but if I'm not too busy, so we'll see. But anyways, as you can see here, I am playing as the Pyro, probably my most favorite class, simply because burning things is a lot of fun, and at least burning them in a video game is a lot less illegal, I guess you want to say, than doing it in real life. But I'm not really a big fan of the hats and everything. I don't go out and buy the new hats on the market and all the crafting and things like that. But if I do find a new weapon, just because you can randomly drop new equipment that you can use, I'll check it out, and I usually stick to the default weapons though, just because they're more familiar to me and more useful. Well, not really more useful in a sense, but I know how to use them. But like this gun, for example, with you can see the glowing sticky bombs. You can actually choose which ones you'd like to detonate. Instead of with the default weapon, you'd detonate them all at once. But the thing is, with that, you have an increased delay for when they arm. So I don't really like the delay, so I kind of just stick to the faster default sticky bomb weapon. But the demomen is a pretty good defender. I'd say he's one of the best defenders for these game types, simply because his sticky bombs can do a lot of damage if the whole team just comes running around the corner and doesn't pay attention to see if there's any sticky bombs. And also his pipe bombs can bounce off the corners and take out any medics, or medics charging up for an Uber, or snipers hiding behind a window. So it does prove to be a really effective defender. But Also, you'll see me play as the soldier, simply because the soldier is a lot better for offensive game types, as he's described in the character selection screen, as compared to the Pyro and the demomen. But I'll get to that when we get there. But haven't posted a video in, I believe, a couple weeks, besides my Afraid of Monsters, which I have already finished, and it's all just ready, waiting to be uploaded to YouTube. And if you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out on my channel. It's in the Afraid of Monsters Let's Play. Pretty scary game. I think I spent like the whole time just screaming and shouting in fear and pooping my pants. But I do plan on playing some more survival horrors. But I think next I have Amnesia on my list to play, and also Cry of Fear when that is finally released, which is another another Half-Life mod, just like Afraid of Monsters, but it's still in development. But it's like 95% done, 99% done. They're just kind of finishing up, and when that gets released, I'm gonna go ahead and get a video of that out. But in the meantime, I will work on getting some Amnesia out. And here you'll see what's it called, an Uber charge, and pretty much for that I set up a bunch of sticky bombs, so that, I guess I didn't do it here, but a good idea is to set up a bunch of sticky bombs around the objective, so that when their Uber charge does complete, runs out, or whatever you want to call it, you can go ahead and blow them up and end their spree of whatever. But always a good idea to put a bunch of stickies around the objective, simply so that you can stop a lot of enemies in their tracks. And also, I have been playing a lot of Dofus, which is kind of a, it's not kind of, but it is an MMO that's like it's a flash-based MMO, and it's similar to games like Final Fantasy Tactics. Simply, it's like a turn-based strategy. So, and you're on a kind of like a grid, and you move your characters across the screen, and you work with your team to fight monsters and bosses. Similar to pretty much any MMO, just the only big difference is it's turn-based, and it is pretty fun. I just kind of picked it up because a couple of my buddies were playing again, so I decided to go ahead and check out what's new in there. But after like a 6-month break, nothing really has changed, so we just kind of run around and fight dungeons. Not fight the dungeons, but defeat bosses in dungeons and get more levels, just like any other MMO. But back to the game here. I was talking about the demomen as being one of my favorite classes. Next would be probably the scout, simply because he's just kind of like a FPS character. Well, not that, but more like a Twitch aiming class, and it really reminds me of playing Counter-Strike or something. And anyways, but the class that I do have the most time playing as would be the medic, but not really the most fun class to play as, but the reason behind me having so much time playing as the medic is this is called Team Fortress 2, so I try to help out my team as best I can, and a lot of the times when you play the game in you'll like encounter your team is composed of like Pyros and soldiers and demomen, but you don't have any medics to help them push forward, so when they encounter like the enemy's defenses, they get torn up pretty quickly and pretty badly. So what I like to do is pick up the medic and throw on the uber charge, or the uber gun, the medigun, and when you have the uber charge, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards you and help you with your push, especially if your guy's a heavy and he's like leading the charge. A lot of people like to follow along and help out with the dealing all the damage that's being done to the enemy's defenses. And so once you do all that damage, you allow your team to come in and clean up and push the card forward or capture a new point. So overall, it's just a really big help if you know how to play the medic. But a lot of times you'll see like your team has 30 medics, but none of them know how to play. Like if you're in the preparation stage at the beginning, which is like a minute to just get your team assembled and do whatever, you'll see all the medics just kind of standing there, when what they really need to be doing is charging their ubers, or at least, well, yeah, that's what they need to be doing, really nothing else, especially since the uber charge does charge at an increased rate during the loading stage, instead of you having to do damage to yourself. But anyways, if you guys don't know what the uber charge actually is, it just gives you invincibility for like 10-15 seconds. And a nice little trick you can do with that is you can uber charge multiple people at the same time. Most effectively is probably about 2 people. So what you can do is, as you're charging one guy, you can quickly shift over and click another guy to give them some of the uber, and then go back to the original person that you were charging, and that way you have 2 people with the charge, but the second guy will only have it for a couple seconds. So you can shift back and click them for a second to give them another charge. But I'll probably make another video demonstrating that technique. It's a lot easier to show through demonstration than explanation. But here you'll see just doing a lot of damage with the soldier, just kind of messing up the engineer's defenses, which if you get a crit rocket, it'll really mess up their sentry and probably kill them as they are repairing their stuff. And here I was thinking I'm going in for an uber charge, but the medic actually stays back, so I just go ahead and jump on the cart and push it in for the win. So that brings me to the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed, just comment, rate, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.